Hello, everybody. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject and title is cause marketing. Cause marketing. So we'll get started just in a moment. You can go to roberthollis.com/free and get a digital copy, a PDF copy of my best-selling books, Rat Race to Freedom. How is that working? So we'll wait here for everybody to jump online. Hi, Arthur. Hey, Bill. It was great doing a Zoom with you. Hey, Craig. Hey, Matthew. Appreciate you. Kai, Shanna, Paul, John, Craig. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. We'll get started in just a little bit. And Hey, Scott. Hey, Sandy. Thank you. Hi, Melody. Hi, Karen. Hope I didn't miss anybody. John. Mary again. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful and blessed day. And today's subject or title is cause marketing. Cause marketing. Now, believe it or not, if you went to Google and put in cause marketing, it would give you an explanation to what cause marketing is. And it really simply is when you're doing whatever you're doing, if there's a benefit of giving to like a nonprofit or giving to charity because of what you're doing. And a lot of people are not motivated by money. I'm not motivated by money. I also am very competitive, but I'm not, I'm challenge oriented. I'm not competitive. That's what I wanted to say. So competitive, trying to beat somebody else to put myself in a better position. I'm not that. I'm not that. So if a person's not money motivated and they're not doing this for their reasons, because a lot of people have not a difficulty, a blessing and being extremely grateful for what you have, And when you look and you're really grateful, 6-phase meditation, that's the second part is really being thankful each and every day. One of Oprah Winfrey's biggest deals is a gratitude journal, to write, 3 or 4 or 5 or more things you're grateful for in the morning when you get up and also at night. So if you guys really listen to my story, when I came out of retirement, here I am doing, motivational speaking and training and coaching and life coaching and building a brand and doing all of that. And started stepping into the place where Brendan Burchard and Tony Robbins and that whole gang, right? And all of a sudden what happened was my wife very simply ran out of CBD. And so CBD oil. So the very first thing I did is went online, and I'm going to always do my best to take care of the people that I love. And it was pretty interesting. Rebecca actually, wrote and said this really touched her. And so my wife, I go online, I search for the best CBD, most documented CBD. And all of a sudden I found a third-party lab report that was done for HempWorks products. And so now I look up HempWorks thinking that's the name of the company. I did it on Facebook as well, and I found Jenna. So now when I click on her link on her Facebook page, I don't know how many of you guys would like Terry and I in your organization, but there's a lot of people that search for people that way. So, so I clicked on her link, I signed up my wife and ordered her some CBD. At that time they had, I think, 3 or 4 sprays, and they had the 500 full spectrum CBD and natural and peppermint. That's it. So, what we're talking, under 5 or 10 products. And so one of the things that I did is I waited for her to get the CBD. And when she tried the CBD, believe it or not, I kept her original bottle. And so when she tried the CBD, she got incredible results from the product. So now she reached out to me and she said, hey, we're getting emails every single day of new people coming in our group, new people coming in our group. And of course, this is from people that are above us. And I said, really? And that's when I went in and really, really looked at it and everything. So when I did, my wife said to me, hey, would you help me? And she even brought up my son, if he's on here, and Matthew. And she said, would you guys help me? Because she had been in prior companies that because she loves the product, but they wouldn't allow, marketers like Matt and I, because they didn't want anything on social media. And so, so the next thing that happened is when she asked me, honey, Robert, would you help me with my business? Yes, absolutely. And I know that Matthew has the mother-son relationship, but we would do it, we would do anything for my wife. You know what I mean? He would do anything for his mom. And so think about this. When you think about cause marketing, Matt and I was not doing it for her. I mean, for us. We were doing it for her. And of course, you guys know the story, when she was on stage and got, the trophy for $250K and then $500, and then she got this 7-figure plaque. It was our goal to do that for her. Why? She wanted to make extra money to give to animals. Anyone that takes care of animals, my wife just loves giving money to them to help them out. So, do you understand the reason why I built the business? And now we're in over 5 years, and I'm still doing it for 2 reasons. One is I love this cash flow that my wife has. You know what I mean? I just think it's awesome. I love the cash flow that Matt and Hannah get from building it. So when I can make people that I love not have despair or worry about money, I can do some pretty miraculous things. I won't do them for me, but I'll do them for other people. So when you think about cause marketing, and I've done this my whole career, my whole 36-year career. So what I would do is I'd find out, that takes time to connect with people, find out why they would want to do something. And I would always find out that a lot of people want to do it for somebody else. I met a girl when we were doing other things, and she always, she loved her mom because her mom worked 2 part-time jobs. I mean, 2 jobs, full-time jobs, to take care of her and her siblings while she went to school. And so she said, I've always wanted to get my mom a new car. And so when I got her focused on getting a car for her mom, she turned into an animal. She just went every day. So now when people ask her, wait a minute, why are you doing this? Hey, my mom sacrificed a lot of things to make sure that I was taken care of. I'm doing this to generate the income to get a new car for my mom. She needs a reliable car. So if you guys hear me, and a lot of people are going, man, you went all the way to super affiliate. Now you're going to master affiliate. What keeps you motivated? Why do you want to go from 30,000 people in your group to, 200,000, 250,000? Well, it's because I already support children in a number of different charities, the Jesus Way, the Starkey Foundation, also the Zweigel Foundation. And I love getting accolades for giving money to charity. So if I already know in my heart what amount of money that I'm going to give to children, then that allows me to stay focused. I get up in the morning, no, I don't have to do anything. Oh my God, I can help more children that don't have food, don't have shelter, don't have a mom and dad. I need to get to work. I need to do the things. So a lot of people, they don't feel like doing something, and they don't feel like doing something because they're not doing it for somebody else. So this is a way to really, really, really pull you out of your comfort zone. Because if you're constantly stuck in that mentality, so let me share some things I did in the past. you know, we used to market long distance. I know it's not a deal anymore. But how I built large groups is I would go and find somebody and say, hey, listen, you know what? Are you a part of a church? And oh, yeah, I'm a part of this church. I said, listen, why don't you go to the pastor or the administrator, assistant pastor, and ask them if they're currently raising money for something? And so she did that. And they said, yeah, they're trying to build a playground, so a new playground for all the kids. And she said, and I said, make sure you ask how much that they're looking to spend. And I think it was like 40 grand. This was, quite a few years ago. It probably cost 200 grand now. But I said, go there and then tell them that you have a way to be able to put people in a better situation. Again, moving your buying power. If you didn't, watch my video yesterday, you got the power. And so now you say, hey, listen, there's a playground that the church is building. Yeah, I heard of it. Well, listen, if there was a way for you to use better quality products and a percentage on every purchase that you did went directly to the church to pay for these playgrounds. Did you see how I did that? Now, don't do this just to do sales. Do this in a percentage. Make up your mind. Sign a commitment letter to yourself. Tell people that X amount percentage. Figure out a percentage that is going to go from every extra pay that you get from MDC or whatever company you're going to use. Make sure that you put that toward that. Now, if you talk to my sons or you talk to my wife and say, hey, does your husband give money to charity? I've done this my whole entire career. So cause marketing allows you to mentally make a decision, find someone that's in more need than you are. Because if you're grateful and you're not motivated, become motivated for somebody else. Does that make sense? And Eric, you wrote that, The Richest Man. I tell people to read The Richest Man in Babylon, because a lot of people don't pay themselves either. So, you want to give money to a charity, doesn't have to be a church. And then also make sure you pay yourself first. If you don't take a certain amount of money and take care of investment in you, then you're not properly rewarding yourself. There's my video for tomorrow. And you're not properly rewarding yourself. So now your brain goes, why should I do this? If I work extra hours or I make extra money, no one cares. No one's happy. I'm not happy. So make sure, a lot of people, what they'll do is they know what already they're making. So what they do is they say, I'm going to give X amount percentage on all the increase of my income. So you can start out at a lower percent because most people are living paycheck to paycheck. So what you can say is, hey, listen, I make $3,000 a month take home. I'm going to give 10% on all the increase, the first increase on all my income. So that's cause marketing. And when you can do it for other people, it's amazing that it changes the way you connect with people. It now makes you think, wow, how many nonprofits out there need income? And so now you watch the video I did yesterday, and now you're sitting with some key people that are decision makers, that are leaders. And you're saying, listen, can you understand this concept of moving your buying power from the Walmart, the Target, the Costco, and the Amazon, moving some of your buying power to better quality products from another company where you can take a percentage of that and make sure that they win? So does that make sense? I hope it does. So I had Rebecca give me a message, and she just said, listen, I know some people, my children, that I wish I could do more for. I wish I could do more for my children. And when I listen to your message, I now get it. My concept is, wow, I'd like to build an income that actually put people in a better place with their buying power. And if you watch Josh's video today, you guys are going to understand that, we started, there was maybe 5, 6 products. Now there's over 1,000 products. Now we're in 200 countries. And so now we have, starting with the marketplace, and that's going to be thousands and thousands of products. So again, it's just understanding that if you're already willing to buy some things from Amazon and from other stores online, that you could do it now through My Daily Choice, and you can really make a huge difference. So I believe in you. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, be happy and fulfilled, let me be the first, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.